What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and short video and picture-to-picture type video for you, throwing it back here. But we finally got some casting, at least talk for Scream 7. You had like the actual tweet from Discussing Film, who of course spells Sidney's name wrong because I guess nobody can do 5 seconds of research, and simply says Isabel May has been cast as Sidney's daughter, of the place, not the person, in Scream 7. But when you actually click on the article itself, the title is Scream 7, Isabel May is in talks to join Neve Campbell in latest installment. It does sound like it's happening. I just kind of wanted to call it out where like they say it basically has already happened, and basically the story is it's going to happen, right? So they say Isabella May, best known for her starring role in Yellowstone prequels 1883 and 1923, has nabbed the plum role of Neve Campbell's daughter in Scream 7 and is in talks, right? That part, and is in talks to star opposite the Scream Queen. And then they just repeat pretty much everything that we've already known for the last 2 years to us. So, the reason I want to make this video just really quick, I mean, look, if you want a deep background as to who this is and her background and, how well or not well she's done in previous roles, sadly, you've come to the wrong YouTube channel. However, I will tell you, just on a kind of like a bigger picture scale, right? Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord we're finally at this point. Whether it's full out confirmation or it's we're getting very close, right? At least we got it. And I guess final, I mean, there's really only like those two parts to it, right? Where this could be the floodgates opening because, movie comes out February of 2026. They're filming it in, a month or two. You're going to want, I mean, you need a cast and you really only have one person. And I don't even know if you want to count her yet because she would be number 2, right? But she isn't signed on in the same way. Maybe Courtney Cox isn't signed on, right? But I guess the other thing to just briefly talk about, so her daughter, obviously we knew that, but I think, I think her birthday, this Isabel May, is literally tomorrow. Okay, I think she turns 24 years old tomorrow. So she's young. I'm not saying she's old, but, kind of that final stamp where Sidney's daughter is going to be an older, I imagine, teenager. Can a 24-year-old play like a 16, 17-year-old? I imagine that's kind of the plan, right? I don't think Sidney's daughter would be in her 20s. So I think, again, the general idea is she's playing somebody, 6-ish years younger than her. Maybe actually probably more than that. She's probably Tara in like Scream 5, right? Like that's probably her age range. If not, maybe like a year younger. And so I'm not really talking about it from like an ageism type thing. It's not really about that. It's more like, okay, I don't know if we're any closer, but like, again, there's still that jump that we're still unsure of. Like that, to me, I don't know about you guys, leading into Scream 7, one of the biggest interesting things to me is the time jump, right? What's the time jump? And are they going to clarify in any way? It could be an interview, it could be an article, whatever. Are they going to clarify kind of the distance, and also like how old were her kids supposed to be in 5? And also, how many kids does she have, right? Because it always seemed like 2, but it's very possible it was 3. And then also, I thought at the time, like, those kids were 3, 4, 5 years old. That was, like, watching it live in theaters, shaking because I was so pumped that I was actually seeing a Scream movie in theaters night 1, right? That's all genuine. I thought they were, like, 4 or 5 years old. Now, I highly doubt that can happen, right? Because unless you're doing a 10-year time jump from 5 to 7, which I just do not think they're going to do, because I think they'll try to keep Sidney, like, canonically in the same, like, age bracket that she's supposed to be in 5, 6. I just wonder, how old the kids were there and how old they're going to be here. And also, I guess, the distance in their ages, right? Because they could say, well, she had a 10-year-old and now she's 16, so it's 6 years after 5. 6 was, like, 6 months after, so it's, like, 5.5 years after 6. Like, I just wonder, and I mean, that's more of like a lore thing for people like maybe you and me. Other people might not care about it, but I was just thinking about that kind of in my head. That's honestly one of the bigger things where it's like, again, age is but a number, but 24 years old, she's going to be playing, you imagine like a 16-year-old, unless she doesn't play a 16-year-old, right? Maybe she is supposed to be 18, 19, 20, but then again, you go back to the drawing board and say, okay, well, how old are they supposed to be in 5? And are we going to, like, is that super serious? Is that something that they even care about? Or are they just going to kind of pretend like that almost didn't even happen and just move on? Like, we'll see if those things even get answered in the first place. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.